Just before we start, may I ask everyone to please stand for a short prayer? May I ask your last name to please prayer, please?
So, our Father is so our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins, as we forgive those who sin against us. Do not bring us to test, but deliver us from evil.
For thee, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
And to us who believe in His name, and now be forever.
Thank you, may not take your seat. Let me now have the attendance. Same present with you. Lunadista Christine Joy, present. Imperial Valerie, present. Caballero Mary Rizal, present. Guadalupe Yanrin, Mainit Princess Nicole, present. Manas Adelaide, present. Claudia Spudina, present. Marcia Day, Dr. Okay, so before we begin our lesson for the day, let's take a moment to review our classroom rules. So, to make sure we focus on the learning environment, which is fun. So, what is our first classroom rule? N stands for
Never interrupt when someone is speaking.
second,
Hold your actions.
third,
Use kind words and helpful hands.
and
Leave them now.
okay, so let's keep them in mind. So now, before we dive into our lesson today, so did you notice something interesting about our classroom rule, about the acronym? Yes. Okay, so it spells out
Now.
and of course, that is not a coincidence because we have talked about this in our previous lesson before. So we're going to explore them even further today. So, but before we jump into our new lesson, let's recall what we already know. So who can remind the class what is noun and can give me one example and tell me how it was used in a sentence? Yes, Mary?
Ma'am, a noun is a word that means a person, place, thing, or idea. For example, cat is a noun in the sentence. The cat is
It's a great example. Cat is a word that means an animal and use it perfectly in a sentence. So you can give me another example. Princess? School is noun. My sentence is I go to school every day. Okay, that's correct. So just like cat and school in your example, these are noun words. So before we dive into our full lesson, we will begin with a quick icebreaker called Noun Fun. So here's how the game works. Okay, so students will be divided into two groups. Each group will receive 10 flashcards, each containing a noun. The team will take turns posting the flashcard on the board under the correct category: proper, common, collective, material, and abstract. For every correct placement, the team earns a point, and the team with the highest score wins the prize. So we will be divided into two groups: first group and second group. So you will receive 10 flashcards each. I will give you 10 minutes to brainstorm. Okay, so you may now start with uniform a circle, so let's brainstorm. Okay, our 10 minutes starts now. Here's the categories. Okay, are you all done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so who wants to go first?
I mean, to us,
Hi. Let me take water before we hear it out. And we'll play, play with the fingers. We'll do the fingers. Go. Who do you want? Yeah, go first. Alright. Okay, let's now check your answers. So this is correct. 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 Okay, all of these are correct. Okay, you now face your answers. Look at municipality. Okay. Okay, so I think everything is correct. So let's take it both teams that on the correct. So here's your prize. See it? Please arrange your chairs. Please arrange your chairs, everyone. Alright. Okay. Great job, everyone. So that was the math stars. I can see that you already have some ideas about what nouns are. So now that we have reviewed about what is noun, so it's time to think a little interesting. Okay. So you might be surprised to learn that nouns don't just contain people, places, or things, but they also come with different kinds. So it also helps us to describe things specifically in more clearly. And now that we have introduced our topic for today, which is the kind of noun. Okay, so our topic for today is history. Kinds of noun. Okay, so you might be wondering why do we need to understand the different types of noun if you already know what is noun. So understanding the kind of noun helps us express ourselves more clearly and more accurately. So before we start to guide our learning today, let me share with you our objectives and thoughts. So by the end of our lesson, you'll be able to identify and categorize noun into proper, common, collective, material, and abstract types based on example and context. Demonstrate the ability to accurately identify and classify nouns in both written and spoken forms through activities like essays and role plays. Participate actively and respectfully in collaborative group activities, peer input, and while applying learned concepts and noun classification. Okay, so, alright, so let's begin our lesson to discover how nouns come in all shapes and meanings. So let's go into our discussion. So let's begin with our foundation of the lesson today. So who can read the definition for you, please? Yes, good.
So what is noun? A word that is the name of something that person, animal, place, thing, quality, APR.
Okay, thank you so much. So, the word noun might sound so simple, but it is one of the most powerful parts of speech in English language. So, noun is a word that names person, animal, place, thing, quality, idea, or action. And these are the words that we use every day that describes the world around us. What we see, what we feel, and what we do. Okay, so for example, we have here cat, book, tree, man, toothpaste, jewelry, money, and etc. So these are all nouns because they name something. So without nouns, we wouldn't be able to talk about our friends, our favorite food, our favorite place, and even how we feel. So imagine having a conversation with someone without naming anything. That would be impossible, right? So, I have a question. So can you give examples of noun that refer to a person, animal, thing, or place, or a noun that you already used today, maybe something that you have said, saw, or thought about? So give me an example. Yes, Kendrick?
So I said mom this morning, and that's a noun that refers to a person.
Yes, that's correct. So just kidding around. Okay, so now let's move on to our next topic, which is we'll focus now on kind of our main topic. Okay, so here's the first type. So proper nouns. Proper noun is read.
These are words that represent a particular person, place, animal, or thing.
Okay, so a proper noun is a specific name of a person, place, animal, or thing. So you can notice this here. The golden rule is it always starts with capital letter. Wherever it appears in a sentence, so say capital letter, always capital letter. That is the golden rule. So we have here an example. So first, Brad today is a great classman. So what is our proper noun here? Okay, so here in the second example, I didn't underline the proper noun. So you will get guess what is the proper noun. So we can answer this. My pet Trixie loves to play with the ball. Yes, Emily. Okay, yes, that's correct. Okay, this is good. Okay, so for the third example, this is Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, is from Gujarat. So what is our proper noun? We have a lot of proper nouns. You can give an example. Yes, Ian?
I think that the proper noun is Narendra Modi, Prime Minister, India, and Gujarat.
Okay, that's correct. So here's your okay. Now, do you understand what proper noun is?
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to common noun. So please read.
These are words that represent common people, places, animals, and things of the same class or kind.
Okay, so unlike proper noun, they do not name people specifically. So they name people in general. So unlike proper nouns, they do not start with capital letter unless they begin the sentence. So look at this example. First, camels are found in the desert countries. What kind of camel? So it is a general term. So each country is a general term. So that is our common noun. So here in the second example, my neighbor lives in a big house with a lovely one. What is our common noun here? There are a lot of common nouns here. Can give me an example? Yes, Drew?
I can try, but I think the common nouns are neighbor, big house, lovely garden.
Okay, let's check your answer. Okay, that's correct. So that is our common noun. Do you understand what is common noun?
Yes.
Okay. So, now let's discuss the proper and common noun. What is the difference between a proper noun and common noun? And can you give an example of each one? Yes, Bill?
A proper noun is a specific name of a person or place. For example, like Jollibee or Maria. While a common noun is a general name of a general name. For example, that is a restaurant or a delivery.
Yes, that's correct. correct. Okay, for the third one, you can, raspberry,
Then,
band. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so, don't you have any questions about collective noun? So, again, what are collective nouns again? How are they used in a sentence? So, can you give me your own examples of collective nouns? Okay.
So, for example, collective nouns are words that may or may not involve animals and things, like being, falling, or flying.
In a sentence?
In a sentence, being, water, and things.
Okay, that's correct. Okay, let's move on to the next kind, which is the material noun. So please read the definition.
these are words that stand for the matter of substance of which things are made.
Okay, so this one is important because it talks about what things are made of. So let's take a look for the example, guys. So Anisha wanted to buy some jewelry and gold. So what is our material noun here?
Gold.
Because the jewelry is made from?
Gold.
Okay, for the second example, the bat is made of wood from a tree. So what is our material noun here? Yes, Christine, right? Wood. Wood? Okay, let's check your answer. Okay, that's correct. Okay, for the third example, the boat is made from plastic and metal. Yes, Emily? Plastic and metal. Okay, that's okay, so again, what is material noun and how does it help us understand the things around us? And give one example of material noun. Can you? Yes, Valerie?
So, a material noun is made of substance and material nouns. It's like the water, glass, and iron. So, it helps us to describe how the objects are made.
Okay, that's correct. Thank you so much, Valerie. Okay, now let's move on to the last type. This is the abstract noun. So please read the definition.
These are words that represent a quality or an idea or a feeling.
Okay, so finally let's think about abstract nouns. So these are nouns that you can see, touch, and hold, but you know that they exist. So an abstract noun names an idea, feeling, quality, or a state. So let's go over with an examples. For example, here is happiness, anger, that's so. First example, gratitude believe in truth and not violence. Our abstract noun here is okay, so for the second example, childhood memories are sources of great joy. What is our abstract? Please raise your hand. Yes, this is Joy. Just like your name. Okay. Okay. Childhood is also abstract knowledge and this art childhood memories. Okay, so for the third example, the elephant has great strength. What is our abstract noun here? Yes, Valerie? Yeah. So, again, what is an abstract noun and why is it important to discuss our feelings and ideas and give me your own example of abstract? Yes, Drew?
An abstract noun means to refer to something you can see or touch. For example, we have happiness, love, and freedom. And an abstract noun is important because it helps us talk about our feelings and ideas.
Okay, that's your asking. So let's have a recall. What are the 5 kinds of noun again? Proper, common, collective, material, and abstract. Okay, so you all did a wonderful job in this lecture. Now that you have discussed the different types of noun, let's apply what we have learned through another type of routine. So we will have a practice. So great job about our discussion about kind of noun. So now that we have explored the definition option, noun identification and categorization. So, students will be given a set of sentences, identify all the nouns in each sentence, categorize each noun as common, proper, collective, material, or abstract. Fourth is briefly explain why each noun belongs to a category. For the second option, you can have nouns, category, and this is our by pair activity. So students will work in pairs. You will have 15 minutes to observe your surroundings and list as many nouns as you can. Then after time is up, categorize each noun as common, proper, collective, material, or abstract, and each pair will present their list to the class and explain how each noun fits to this category. So I will give you time to take a moment to choose what activity you want. So you have 5 minutes to yes. First one and the second. You'll be given a worksheet for that. This is an individual activity and the second one is by pair. Okay, each activity? Yes. Who wants to do the first one? Okay, the second one by pair. Okay, so we'll do it. Here is word. By pair. And it's got okay, may now start. We have 15 minutes for the by pair and also 15 minutes for the the next. Done? Yeah. Okay, so let's have at least one representative each. So who will represent the individual? Okay, Mary, present your answers. So there are 5 sentences provided and there are only one proper noun and it's New York. And the stars with Karitanu Center and it's specified name of the city. And common noun, there are 4, which is dog, yard, city, patient, and person. So it's a common noun because it's not specified. And the other one is collective noun. There are also team and everyone. So it is a word that is yes, a word. Material. There are also 3 words which are book, paper, and pen. And last one is abstract. There is only one word which is that's correct. Please give her a round of applause. Okay, so who wants to represent? Okay. Present your answers.
So we choose to do the nouns curriculum. So we were tasked to observe the classroom and find nouns. So the first one is chair. So this is a material noun since it is made of an object made from something. Next is we have battery material. So it is a proper noun since it is a specific name of a person. Next we have honesty. So this one is an abstract noun since it cannot be seen, it cannot be touched. Next, we have is classmates. So this is a collective noun because it is a group of people. Next, we have is hot. So this is an abstract noun since it cannot be seen, it cannot be touched.
So the other noun is so a book is a material because it made from paper. Right. Next is the language of the officers national school. So it is a proper noun because it is a specified place of a place. Yeah. Next is bottle. So a bottle is a common noun because it is a general name. Then lastly is air because air is abstract because you cannot see and touch. You cannot see and touch it. You don't need to see it.
Great work, everyone. So you've done a wonderful job in understanding and identifying different items. Now, it's time for you to show what you have learned and your creative ways. So for this part of the lesson, you get to choose how you want to express your understanding, whether it is through acting or writing individually. So here is our performance. So first, option, your activities. The students will work in groups to perform a short role play based on the given or chosen scenario. Each role play must include proper, common, collective, material, and abstract noun in the dialogue. After performing, the group will identify and categorize the noun statements either by writing them down or pointing them out during the presentation. So here are the scenarios. So please read. First one.
One student will be a zookeeper, while others will be birds, asking questions about the animals. Nouns related to animals, places, and abstract ideas like freedom or fear should be incorporated.
Next.
At a restaurant, one student will be a waiter, and others will be a customer for ordering food. Nouns related to food, material nouns, the restaurant, common nouns, and the people, proper nouns, should be used.
Okay, third one.
In a school setting, one student will be a teacher and others will be students. They could perform a classroom scenario where students ask questions and share ideas using different nouns.
Okay, so this will be performed next week. So here are the rules. Fairness to the team, 20%. The role play should clearly reflect the side scenario and different types of nouns should be integrated naturally into the conversation. Use of nouns, 30%. At least one example of each type of noun should be included in the performance. The noun should be accurately used in the context. Third grade. Okay, so creativity and expression, 25%. The role play should be engaging, creative, and dynamic. Students should show originality in how they interact and act out their scenario. Fourth is teamwork and collaboration, 15%. So all members should actively participate in the role play and their interaction should feel cohesive with equal impact. Lastly, clarity and organization, 10%. The performance should be clear, well organized, and easy to follow. Dialogue should be coherent and well-placed. That is our group activity. So for the second one, individual activity, please read.
Each student will write a narrative essay about their favorite place, describing it in detail and explaining why it is meaningful.
creativity and originality, 10%. The essay should demonstrate creativity and originality in its approach, using descriptive language and unique perspectives to make the narrative engaging. Fourth is noun identification and categorization, 20%. The student should accurately identify and categorize nouns with proper common, collective, material, and action nouns. The higher the number of correctly identified nouns, the better. Lastly, neatness and organization, 10%. The essay should be neatly written or typed with proper paragraph, structure, and logical flow. The nouns should be clearly circled and categorized. So, I want you to take a moment to choose about each activities of learning style best you want. So, once you've chosen, get ready to start either your role-play preparation or your group activity or writing video notes. So, these will be presented next meeting. So, you'll have 5 minutes to take all this work. Are you all done?
Yes.
Who wants to do the group activity, the role play? Everyone, so for the individual activity na only one. Okay, so now let's move on to the assignment. Okay, so you have two options here. The first one is the
Students will read a short passage and underline all the nouns they find. Then they will identify the type of each noun underlined: proper, common, collective, material, or abstract. Students will create a noun collage using drawings or dial pictures of people, places, things, and ideas. Each picture should be labeled with the correct noun type: proper, common, collective, material, or abstract.
We will choose which activity belongs to the class and understanding the topic. So, may I have the papers you have for your hair? Can you put your names here? Okay, so that wraps up our lesson for today. So you all did a great job of exploring what nouns are and discovering the different kinds of stuff. What are the 5 kinds?
Proper, common, collective, material, abstract.
Okay, so I really enjoyed seeing you have engaged creatively during our activity. So whether you group and you work in group or individually, you all show that learning can be both fun and meaningful. Don't forget to work on your chosen homework and activity and apply what you have learned today. So I presented to school what you have come up with. So thank you for your participation and respect for today. So that's all for our class this year.